Good morning, children. Today in this class we are going to learn fourth unit. Fourth unit is direct and inverse proportion. Direct and inverse proportion. Here learning objectives are to recall the concept of ratio and proportion, to understand the concept of direct and inverse proportion, to be able to differentiate direct proportion and inverse proportion, and then to solve application problems using direct and inverse proportion. In this today's class, I am going to teach only the direct proportion, right? Already you people we learned in 6th standard ratio and proportion, isn't it? What is the definition of ratio? Ratio is the comparison of two quantities of the same kind. Comparison of two quantities of the same kind. If the quantity A is compared with the quantity B, then the ratio can be written in the form A is to B. A is to B. Yes, right. Now, consider two ratios A is to B and C is to D. They are in proportion, means we can denote it as A is to B is to C is to D. And it is read as A is to B is as C is to D. Right. The product of means is equal to the product of extremes. That is, product of means middle term is equal to product of extremes, that is A into D, that is BC equal to A into D. All these two things we learned already in 6th standard. Yes, now I am going to teach you direct with proportion, right? Listen here. Right. First direct and inverse proportion. In this today's class we are going to learn about only direct proportion, right? First, let us see the definition of what is meant by proportion. A change in one quantity results a corresponding change in other quantity is called proportion. Yes, a change in one quantity results a corresponding change in other quantity is called proportion. For example, cost of a pen and number of pens. Suppose cost of 3 pens is equal to 30 rupees. Now we have to buy 10 pens, means cost of pen will increase. That is, 1 pen cost 10 rupees, 3 pen is 30 rupees. Now 10 pens cost 100 rupees. So number of pen increases, so cost also increase. So these type of things are called proportion. In this case, the two quantities x and y are said to be in direct proportion with each other if they increase or decrease together. Both the kind may be increase or decrease together in such a way that x by y remains constant. X by y remains constant. Right? Now note, both quantities increase or decrease means they are in direct proportion. We have two quantities like pen and cast. These two quantities both should increase or both should decrease. That type of proportions are called direct proportion. Right? Here we have some real life examples in direct proportion. See. Yes. Now, real life example of direct proportion, that is number of pen and its cost. I told to you already. Second one, monthly average expenditure and family members. Suppose in this month in our family only 4 members are there. That is expense for that month. It may be, for example, 10,000. Any other relatives has come to our home, means 4 members has increased as 8 members or 6 members, whatever it may be. Automatically the family, that is expense, will increase. Yes. So these type of things are called direct proportion. Right. Height of a pole and its shadow. Height of a pole, na short pole, that is 3 meter, na that shadow also it may be related to that. Increase, height of the pole increased means shadow also will increase. Am I clear, children? Right. Next, I am going to do sums using this concept. Right? Listen. This is 4th unit, 4.1 exercise. 4th unit exercise 4.1. Exercise 4.1. Here first sum. I am going to do first sum. A dozen bananas costs rupees 20. Question is, what is the cost of 48 bananas? Yes, this is our first question. See, I am going to do this sum using direct proportion concept, right? Listen here. First solution, I'll go with solution. First, what is the cost of 48 bananas? That is our question. So, before that, what is 1 dozen means for how much? 1 dozen is equal to 12. 12 numbers. That is 12 bananas. Yes, bananas. Right. Here, how many bananas cost we have to find out? 48. Therefore, 48 bananas is equal to 48 divided by 12, 4 dozen. How many dozens? 4 dozens, right? 4 dozen. Yes. Here, cost of 1 dozen is given. We have to find out cost of 4 dozen banana. That's all. Right. Instead of converting as dozens to numbers, we can do that sum. Like in that method also we can do, no problem. Right. Now I am going to take, let X be the cost of 4 dozen bananas. That is, let cost of 4 dozen bananas is equal to X. Cost of 4 dozen, that is 48 bananas. Here I can convert that 48 bananas as 4 dozen. So instead of 48 bananas, 4 dozen bananas. I am going to take this value as X. Right. Now, how to find out the given sum is in direct variation. That is, 1 dozen banana cost 20 rupees. We have to find out 48. 48 banana in the sense 4 dozen. So, number of bananas increases. So, cost also will increase. Number of bananas increase. So, cost also increase. So, as number of bananas increases, cost also will increase. Yes? Yes, dear? Right. Now, therefore, in this case of direct proportion, we take it as, therefore, they are in direct proportion. Or they are in direct, I wrote in the short form, DP, or else you can write in the direct proportion. Right. In the direct proportion, one condition is there. What is that condition now? X1 by Y1 is equal to X2 by Y2. In the definition we learn, in the direct proportion, X divided by Y is constant. So here we have two quantities, two quantities, that is bananas and cost. So X1 by Y1 equal to X2 by Y2. Before substitute the values, listen here. Here I'm going to draw one tabular column. Right. In this tabular column, this is very important tabular column. Here you write number of bananas. This is cost. That is cost. Cost of bananas. Yes, number of bananas, cost of bananas. First, this value, number of bananas, here I am going to take it in dozen, right? 1 dozen banana cost is 20 rupees. We have to find out 4 dozens bananas cost, that here I take it as X. Right. Consider this value first. This as X1. Yes. This is Y1. This is Y1. This is X2. This is Y2. So now I am going to substitute these values in this equation. Right. So X1 is 1 divided by 20 is equal to 4 divided by X. After this, how to solve this equation? So just do the cross multiplication. 1 into X. 1 into X is equal to 4 into 20. That is X is equal to 1 into X. X is equal to 4 into 20. 4 into 20 is what? 4 2s are 80. So cost of X here we consider, that is 4 dozen bananas. Cost of 4 dozen bananas is equal to X. So cost of answer is cost of 4 dozen, that is 48 bananas. Yes, bananas is equal to rupees 80. Rupees 80. That's all the answer, right? Yes. Listen here. I am going to explain the question one more time. Listen here. Listen. That is, a dozen bananas cost rupees 20. What is the cost of 48 bananas? 1 dozen means 12 banana. So 48 bananas, I convert it as dozen. 48 divided by 12, 4 dozen. Let X be the cost of 4 dozen bananas. As the number of bananas increase, cost also increase. In the case of direct proportion, we take X1 by Y1 equal to X2 by Y2. This tabular column is important. Number of bananas and cost of banana. X1, 1 dozen banana cost 20 rupees. So we have to find 4 dozen banana, that here we take it as X. So X1 is 1 by 20 equal to 4 by X. Do the cross multiplication. 1 into X is equal to 4 into 20. So cost of 4 dozen bananas, that is 48 bananas is equal to 4 into 20 X. X value is 80 rupees. So cost of 4 dozen banana is 80 rupees. Yes, children? Right. Next I will go with second sum. Right. Second sum is, listen here. So instead of writing question, I am going to show you the question over here. Listen here. A group of 21 students paid rupees 840 as the entry fee for a magic show. So number of students 21. Amount paid by them 840. How many students entered the magic show if the total amount paid was rupees 1680. So amount is 1680. We have to find out how many students entered for that magic show. Right? See. Solution. Listen here. First, second one, solution. So as number of students, I am going to take, let the number of students be X. Let the number of students be X. Yes, right. So here amount increases. So as amount increases, what it will happen? Number of students also increase. Number of students also will increase. So it is in direct proportion, right? Therefore, they are in direct proportion. That is, they are in direct proportion. Direct proportion, right? Now, so what a tabular column. So number of students number of students. Here amount paid. Amount paid. Number of students. Amount paid. Amount paid. So number of students. This is 21 students. Paid that amount rupees 840. Here this students I don't know, so I am going to put X. Here 1680. 1680. So in this case of direct proportion, we are consider it as x1 by y1 is equal to x2 by y2. So this is x1, y1, x2, y2. Okay, substitute the values. x1 value is 21 divided by what is 840 is equal to x2 is x divided by 1680, right? Cross multiplication, that is x into 840 is equal to 1680 into 21. So we have to find the value of x. Therefore, x is equal to 1680 into 21 divided by 840. So, you can do the cancellation 0 and 0. So, here I am going to cancel these two numbers. How many 21s will make 84? 2 21s are 42. Here 4 times. 4 into 21, 84. 4 into 21, 84. 121 is 21. 4 21s are 84. Now, again I am going to do these two numbers. 1 4 is 4. 16 la 4 4s are 16. 2 4s are 8. So, 42. X is equal to 42. So, amount 1680 now. How many students are entered for that magic show? 42 students. That is, look at this question. See, first, a group of 21 students. See, right. A group of 21 students paid 840 rupees for the magic show. How many students entered the magic show? If the total amount paid was rupees 1680. That is our question. That is number of students be x. So amount increases, so number of students also get increased. So in this case of direct proportion, x1 by y1 equal to x2 by y2. Number of students, 21 students, amount paid by 21 students is 840. We don't know the number of students. So take it as x. Amount paid by that x students 1680. So 21 by 840 equal to x by 1680. This is the value of x1, y1, x2, y2. Right. So do the cross multiplication. X into 840 equal to 21 into 1680. So the value of x is equal to 21 into 1680 divided by 840. Cancel this 0 and 0. And then 121 is 21, 4 21s are 84, and then 1 4 is 4, 4 4s are 16, 2 4s are 80, that is 42. So answer is number of students equal to 42. So 42 students enter the magic show. If the total amount paid was 1680, now number of students is equal to 42. Yes children, right. Next I will go with third sum. See, look at the question over here. Listen, the shadow of a pole with a height of 8 meter is 6 meter. If the shadow of another pole measured at the same time is 30 meter, measured at the same time, find the height of the pole. So, how to find the answer for this question, Kana? So, first I am going to take the height of the pole be x. Yes. Third question, let the height of the pole be x. Okay. Now, what is shadow? Length of the shadow is increases. So, height also will increase. So, yes, height of shadow increases. Height of the pole also increase. Yes. So, yes, increase. So, they are in direct proportion. So, in this case of direct proportion, what is that condition? x1 by y1 is equal to x2 by y2. So, before that, we have to draw that tabular column. That is, you have to take and write what is given there. That is the two values x1 and y1 values. Height of the pole. Next one is here shadow of the pole, right? So what is the height? First one, height, this is x1, y1, x2, y2, right? 8 meter, shadow is 6. This one I don't know, shadow is 30, right? Substitute the values now here. x1 by y1, that implies 8 by 6 is equal to x by 30. So do the cross multiplication. X into 6 is equal to 30 into 8. So we have to find the value of x. Therefore, x is equal to 30 into 8 divided by this multiple 6. Come this side now. Divide 6. Do the cancellation now. How many 6 are there in 30? 5. Yes? Right. Now, 5 into 8, 40 meter. That is, what is the height of the pole? Therefore, height of the pole is equal to 40 meter. Yes? See. One more time I will explain to you here with question. Right. Shadow of a pole, 8 meter is 6. x1 is 8. Shadow of the pole 6. Another pole. Find if the shadow of another pole measured at the same time is 30. Length of the shadow 30 meter. Now what is the length of? That is the height of the pole. That is here increase shadow. That is in this case, say shadow of the pole as increases, so definitely height also will increase. So both are increasing. So this is a direct proportion, right? So x1 by y1 is equal to x2 by y2. 8 by 6 is equal to x by 30. Do the cross multiplication. X into 6 is equal to 8 into 30. Therefore, x is equal to 8 into 30 by 6. Do the cancellation. 1 6 is 6. 5 6 are 30. 8 into 5, 40. So, height of the pole is equal to 40 meter. Yes, Kana? Right. I'll go with fourth sum. See? A birthday party is arranged in third floor of a hotel. Right? 120 people take 8 trips in a lift to go to the party hall. If 12 trips were made, how many people would have attended the party? So 8 trips now, how many people were they made? 120. So 12 trips now, how many people would have attended the party? So let the number of people attend the party be x. That is, let the number of people attended the party be x. Yes. So trips increases. That is, instead of 8 trips, 12 trips. So definitely number of people also will increase. So yes, number of trips increases. So number of people also increase. Yes. So number of trips increases, so number of people also increase. Therefore, they are in direct proportion. Therefore, they are in direct proportion. Yes. Right. Now, go with the tabular column. That is number of people, number of trips. Number of trips. 120 people, 8 trips x, number of people x, trips 12. Yes. Here in this direct proportion, you can take it as x1 by y1 is equal to x2 by y2. So this is x1, y1, this is x2, y2, right? Now, this is substitute the values. That is 100 and x1 instead of x1, 120 divided by 8 is equal to x divided by 12. Do the cross multiplication. X into 8 is equal to 120 into 12. So this is equal to, therefore x is equal to 120 into 12 divided by 8. So I am going to do the cancellation with 8th table. 1 8 is 8. In 12, 1 8, balance 4. 40 la 5 8s. That is equal to 15 into 12. 15 12s are 180. 15 12s are 180. That is, so how many people attend the party? 180 people attend the party in 12 trips. 180 people. So answer is 180 people. Yes, right. See, it's fine with question, right. Number of people, let the number of people attend the party be x. So number of people, first 120 people, then go with 8 trips. 120 people take 8 trips. So 12 trips la how many people they went into, that is our question. So let the number of people attend the party be x. As the number of trips increases, instead of 8, 12. So trips increases, so definitely this number of people also will increase. So they are in direct proportion. So x1 by y1 equal to x2 by y2. Substitute the values and then you do the cross multiplication. X into 8 equal to 120 into 12. Therefore x is equal to 120 into 12 divided by 8. Therefore, x is equal to 120 into 12 by 8. If I do the cancellation with the 8th table, 1 time 1 8 is 8, 15 8s are 120. So, 15 into 12, 180. So, 180 people attend the party in 12 trips. Right? Right. Next sum. Last sum. Right, listen, last sum. If half a meter of cloth cost rupees 15, find the cost of 8 1 by 3 meter of the same cloth. So cost of the cloth, that is half a meter cloth. Half meter cloth cost is rupees 15. We have to find out 8 1 by 3 meter of the same cloth. Right? So let the cost of cloth required be x. Fifth sum. Let the cost of cloth required be x. Right. So cost and length are in direct proportion. So length increases, na, definitely cost also will increase. So they are in direct proportion. Here I am going to cost of cloth in rupees. Here this is rupees symbol. Next, length of the cloth. Length of the cloth. This I am going to mention in meter. Right? 15 meter. Sorry, 15 rupees cost. Half meter cloth 15 rupees. So here x, we have to find out 8 1 by 3. 8 1 by 3 is a mixer number. Change this mixer as improper first. 8 3s are 24. 24 plus 1, 25. This is equal to 25 by 3. 25 by 3. Right. This is our tabular column. Using this, I am going to do the sum now. Right. So this length of the cloth increases from half as 25 by 3. So cost also will increase. So they are in direct proportion. They are in direct proportion. So x1 by y1 is equal to x2 by y2. So that is, this is x1 here. This is x1, y1, x2, y2. I am going to substitute the values now, right? X1 is 15 by half meter, that is equal to x by 25 by 3, right? Here, now as usual with the cross multiplication, x into half, that is x into half is equal to 25, that is 15 into 25 by 3. 15 into 25 by 3. So here I am going to do this cancellation over here with the table. 1 3 is 3, 5 3s are 15. Right. So what is remaining over here? X into 1, x by 2. That is x by 2 is equal to 5 into 25. 5 into 25. So therefore x is equal to 5 into 25, 125. This denominator division 2 will go that side. Now what it will happen? Multiple 2. So value of x is equal to 250. That is cost of 8 1 by 3 meter of cloth. 8 1 by 3 meter of cloth is equal to rupees 250. Yes, children? Got it? Am I clear? Right. So, listen. I'll explain to you one more time here with question. Look at it. Let the cost of cloth required be x. Here cost of cloth in rupees and length of the cloth in meter. 15 rupees. Half meter cloth 15 rupees. We have to find out 8 1 by 3 meter cloth. That here I'll take it as x. So they are in direct proportion. That is, length increases, na cost also will increase definitely. So x1 by y1 equal to x2 by y2. So write 15 by 1 by 2 equal to x by 25 by 3. Do the cross multiplication. 15 into 25 by 3 equal to x into half. So x 1 into x by 2 equal to, do the cancellation. 1 3 is 3, 5 3s are 15. 25 into 5, 125. So therefore value of x is 125 into 2. X is equal to 250. Cost of 8 1 by 3 meter cloth is equal to rupees 250. Yes, right. Here for you people today you have 6 sums homework. The same method, that is same direct proportion sums. Okay. See here, first sum. Postman can sort out 738 letters in 6 hours. How many letters can he sorted in 9 hours? Can be sorted in 9 hours. That means what you have to do? That is time taken 6 hours, here 9 hours. Time increases, na, definitely number of letters also increase. Yes, so this is in direct proportion. Yes, x1 by y1 equal to x2 by y2 using the tabular column and find out the answer, right? Second sum, 6 children share 24 pencils equally. Then how many pencils required for 18 children? So number of pencils 24. Number of children 6. 6 children 24 pencil. So 18 children can take that as x. Number of pencil be x. And then you do the sum, right? Third one, if the cost of 8 apples is given, find the cost of 12 apples. Here number of apples increases. So cost also will increase. So they are in direct proportion. So 8, number of apple 8, cost 56. So number of apple 12, take that 12 apples cost as X. And then you do the sum, right? Fourth sum, if the cost of 3 books 90 rupees, find the cost of 12 books. So do the tabular column and find out 3 books 90, 12 books X, right? Fifth one, Anbu bought 2 notebooks for 24 and how much money will be needed to buy 9 such notebooks? So 2 books 24, 9 books how much? So if 7 meter cloth cost is given, find the cost of 5 meter cloth. Here length is reduced, so definitely cost also will reduce. So this is also in direct proportion. So actually we did this type of sum with unitary method in last year, that is in 6th standard. Here you should not do like that. Okay, next class I will teach you unitary method. All these sums you people you have to do only with direct proportion method. Am I clear? So actually this sum and all you can do very easily. Cost of 3 books 19, cost of 1 book is 30. So 12 to 13 like that you can do this sum. But you people you have to do all these 6 sums only with direct proportion method. Yes? Am I clear children? Right. Thank you all.